Hello! There's a new update from your favorite GSM operator, AfriCell.
For all of you that have struggled to buy cash power beyond $7,000, AfriCell has done it again. The limit to buy cash power is now up to $30,000. Oh yes, $30,000.
Buy all the cash power you want from your AfriMoney account by dialing *777#.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
It's an amazing offer. AfriCell mobile money just got way better. The threshold for cash in and cash out on your AfriMoney has been increased.
Where it used to be $10,000 per transaction, now it has been increased to $30,000. Meaning, your AfriMoney account, you can now withdraw and deposit up to $30,000 at once.
Cashing in and out just got 3 times easier. For more info, call 777.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
For the first time in the history of the Gambia, Gambia Printing Publishing Corporation proudly introduces the Biliomatic exercise book printing machine. The machine has the capacity to print more than 20,000 books per hour. Yes, 20,000 books per hour. It also prints magazines, newspapers, calendars, flyers, normal books, and all kinds of printed documents plus items at affordable prices. With the Biliomatic printing machine, GPPC can now render high quality and non-size restricted printing service supply across the sub-region. Rush now and partner with GPPC for all your public and private printing service needs. Print with us today and you'd be offered highly professional, reliable and efficient service delivery by our team of experts. The Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation is here to meet all demands and is reliable at all times. For more info, contact us on 437-4493 or 437-4402. GPPC is Gambian and it's yours.
Assalamu alaikum baɗigol ngali konton kale bismillah momoɓe kerfatu jube kanjen tembe namba frade ko al bismillah Allah Politic Kaacha programme min kanare talata o talata ninyin wato sita mba fulale ala barka bake al kanyum programme on no mo nyamen thank you so much mba fula moɓe ko milɓe diaspora milɓe Gambia banko kan jang ala barka bake al benyum programme on no ma kan nyamen e nga Gambianol fana be tentuke je bake bayri jamal bije mi alon ko kanyum programme on no ma sang inata Gambia banko kan jang ali alno December Gambia din jamale kana so ngebe tentu ke je bake natare be Gambia jang ba no makan jang o natare be Gambia bantre ba no makan ba fala mobe ko al bismillah be live le na studio to me alon ka felenting bijilo nte Bubacarr gole ka programme o nati ale talata o talata nga Africell follow tentu ke je bake kanyum programme o fasa ka 70 yendi ke blodo ngim programme o kono official number 7 wala number 2 wal bita wala sanna don alsi megabyte kendolu soro anen credit call mi alon ko atetare ala banna be promotion jamal le franke ka mi alon ko alsi muna fanno alsi ku jamal gagneno official talata o talata nka politicianol nat le mi alon ko ni kacha political kola Gambia banko kan jambi mfamata mon soro la ngeto le soro bi di Gambia Action Party gap Musa Yali Bachelor Nyaton Kaya Koto ala deputy party leader nga wale soto jang minkera Bubacarr Bayo ti pour na kacha political kola Gambia banko kan jang ngatele soto mba dundila programme to kola di molle ka den programme wala Mr. Bayo be live down kerfar
barka bake gajigo follow mbi alaman sata la tentula na botala mbi na leadership kontonna men keta honorable Musa Usimi Yali Bacheli party leader and secretary general of the Gambia Action Party and in the party executive members and in barin la mwela me alon ko being program no maka and mi fana ba la moyka mbe mobe ni mbara betentu la mbi jayla.
All right, thank you. So Gambia Action Party albe mo cool to right now mol famatal moylal demande.
Well, come here alon nyamen in the Gambia we have what we call political season. Most of the time, that are on media, in progressive democracy countries, bankolo miyalongo, democracy bambandi, and in political, it will man season for For example, Ghana jamfa Ghana, which miyalongo mbebe tundo kilemolto, in West Africa countries. It will a political atmosphere or political space. Ya janjani nyame alongo. Every day they have political progressiveness. Adun Gambia nganyine fonu. Gambia political is something me alongo. It decides the future or defines a very country. So natra kom ndo lafta ka nyato kwa nyata ka banko yin sambano. Nyame ya longo abintul be wasalat. Nyanta ka bambam political la kola back. E baje loko every time political parties be alongo they are registered by IEC. They are not only here to contest for political power. In order to advance the programs and aspirations of Gambians and in the overall contribution to national development. And it has to be regular. Yeah. This is what I always advise to political parties in this country. You should have programs and policies. And these programs and policies, they are geared towards salvaging the socio-economic development and also improving the life and livelihoods of Gambians. and as well as their aspirations. But naman tarawo nyama political parties katarajane when it comes for political power, when the IEC comes up with their calendar, we are going for elections or these are by-elections, that's the time you see political parties are active. So while at the Gambia Action Party and told we are not only here to contest. In fact, I'm not even sure whether we have even contested for any political public office.
No, Almake.
Manka, yes, Make.
Almake.
Make.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that tells us that we are not registered based on that. Without political power and told we are not participating. But we are participating in national development. Because we come to media, we advise. And then most of the advice we give, they are technical to the present government. Because opposition parties leave, with the aspiration that tomorrow they will be in government.
But lately you've been quiet, huh?
No, we have not been quiet.
No. I mean lately.
No, we have
I
not
commend
been
you and the Gambia Action Party and UDP. These are parties me along with a press release bundle. Yeah, send journalists ole. I agree with that. But lately for your party, ngaminje ole mnyindiko, almantra diamukang because ngajele ko the former president's bill na rajane. There is nothing anisa mama, I think could me.
No, but it is not in that context because if something doesn't come to care fat from GAP, that doesn't mean we are not acting. Because I told you, you think I've found that's last before week. I was at iAfrica.
Yeah,
I was at iAfrica on BTLO program, and I was also on iAfrica on the news.
Yeah, but okay.
And I was captured.
That was last week.
Last week.
I
was captured.
That's what I'm saying. When was the former president's bill? That is time. That is now a long time ago.
Okay, former president bill.
There is no statement from you, and also not even only that. Also the youth. Funding kill Milfata. We didn't see any statement from GAP. That's why lately you people are lacking behind.
Maybe you do not receive statement as a media.
No. You send all your statements to me, right?
Most of the time.
And no.
Most of the time. Not all statements are sent to you. Some are sent to other media houses.
But you send if you issue a press release, you send it to all the journalists that so that it will be published.
But that was the day I sent you a public release, something like that. Me along it was already shared with Partner Network, and he told me as long as it has been shared with Partner Network, there will be no need for you to share it. You're funny.
No. What I said was simple. I saw it on media. I didn't mention any name.
I send it on Partner Network.
No, just let me come. What I said was it was sent to other media houses 9 hours after. I didn't mention any media.
But I'm mentioning the media house because it's the one that I sent it to.
I can mention.
So
you don't want me to publish something that is 9 hours published by others already, and you want me.
Okay.
So if you want us to publish your press release, as you claim, what you do is you send it to all the media houses at the same time. So that was what I have said. So that's not even the point. The point is these are very important issues. Why didn't you issue statements on this?
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. I don't know whether you can track my records. I don't know whether it's going to be possible. If you track my records on Voice newspaper, that there is a statement or a press release that was captured on Voice newspaper regarding the issue you're talking about. Yeah,
which issue?
The issue you're talking about, the president.
The former president's bill. No, I didn't see that one.
Maybe you are not. You are not reviewing.
What did you say? No, I look at all the newspapers every day in the morning. So what did you say about
our concern or position as a party was looking at not actually the bill, but looking at some of the instruments embedded in the bill. Yeah, fam. And some of those instruments, talking about the president or own property. Yeah, fam. Like benefits that he should get, and then how those benefits also can be transmitted to the family members. Yeah, fam. And the number of vehicles and number of we are having a problem with that. Yeah, fam. Though we don't say the president should not have those kind of undertakings. It's good. He's an elder statesman, a Gambian Mara for sometimes. Yeah, fam. But there are certain benefits they cannot be attributed to the family directly. Yeah, fam. So if there are instruments regarding that, at least they should have a code. And also what is a portion, to me, is on the higher side. The number of vehicles, is on the higher side. Yes, for just one person, that's it. So if we say regarding the kind of the resources we have in this, it's minimal. We have meager resources. Although in our own perspective as a party, we have resources that what Gambia imagined to have. And then some of those resources are in the blueprint. You know, Gambian government has not come forward to proclaim, to say, okay, until we have these resources, we have these resources. How can we explore these resources? Amanke. But in the blueprint that Jamia left in this country, there are resources that much more. Yeah. So if we can harness those resources together, then we can say, okay, maybe the president can get some of those things attached. But with the present resources we have in this country, we cannot continue with that. So,
but the bill is already passed.
That's what I'm telling you. The bill is passed based on interest. Yeah. I know the type of legislature that we have, especially the 6th legislature. Yeah. These are people me along with DPJ. And even National Assembly members come forward and even make concerns. They make statements regarding, how members participate in the assembly. Because you cannot imagine, the Minister of the Minister of Economic Affairs comes to the Parliament and then give a budget, and then after, through their standing orders, they claim to have a retreat. Yeah, and the retreat was accorded.
Yeah, they had a retreat before.
Exactly. So just for them to harness some of the issues, outstanding issues in the bill.
In the bill.
Yeah. So if
maybe it was in a form of convincing each other before you go to Parliament.
Exactly. So if some sort of thing like that happens, and then of the day members are still absenting themselves, exonerating themselves from coming to Parliament and take part. So how do you take that kind of legislation?
Yeah, some boycotted. UDP and DOI boycotted.
So parliamentary members themselves come forward and then put some of these things outright to Gambians. And they are put there. What is more important? What function in Parliament that is more important than budget scrutiny? And none of them come forward to challenge that particular NAM. I don't want to call his name, but nobody will come to challenge that NAM that yes, what you say is not true. Because even your constituency's mandate that you have, this one has superseded. Where I'm coming from. Because budget is all about harnessing resources of the country. All our resources are put into the budget. And how are they distributed? All is explained in the budget. And these are taxpayers' money, remember. Another by somebody's sweat. No. This is me and you, sweat. And then how can it be expeditiously distributed? It's a concern to Gambians. So if parliamentary members are not taking that serious, what is their function then?
Probably it will come in volume. If you stay in Parliament, you debate, they will say things. At the end of it, the majority caucus will like a CR, so they will just vote for the bill, and they cannot do anything there. So they said that was one of the reasons why they boycotted.
I concord, because we can see expertise like Ali Fasala at the time at the Parliament. They have all the ideas. They are engineers in whatever. They are technocrats, whatever. They can only present something. They scrutinize bills. But at the end of the day, your single vote doesn't count if you have the brilliant ideas. Because those who are there, who are the rubber stamp, they are there in the context of, oh no, yes or no. You put your hand up or you don't put your hand up. Those are the ones. At the end of the day, if they come up and say yes to that, even with all your technocrats and whatever, it's invalid. So, if going back to our constituencies, as Gambians, I'm even against of the idea of representative democracy. I'm against that idea, because you cannot sit one man alone taking care of a whole constituency, and you decide on behalf of that constituency without even the knowledge of the constituent.
So what are you people going to do then if you are against that?
I'm against it. I'm correct.
So, but that's what you have. That's the system we.
That's what I'm telling you. Gambia.
But do you people have better system?
No. Gambia has a system here along. It is customary. Gambia for all of me to go. Does it mean that Kanyineke should stay? We should have people who are abroad, people who come, who bring things into the system here along. Is different from what has been practiced. And dollar is our custom. Is that any custom?
No, this one is law. Okay, Sai, we have the executive, the judiciary, and we have the legislation. So, Sai, for GAB, do you have a better system that you want to bring? Because a National Assembly member will be voted for, and you represent the entire constituency. So, do you have a better system?
No. The representative democracy can be placed in a way me along Abenyamin is different.
How?
Bao, you see, even the constitution, why it fails. These are part of the reasons. Because most of them, the Gambian people are not given the opportunity. If you are representing a constituency, do you have the rights to go to the parliament and kick a particular bill while your people don't even know? If the Gambian constitution, the draft constitution was subjected to Gambians at the time for a referendum, then the Gambians will decide whether they like it or not. But Gambians themselves could not have the opportunity. Masoto.
Because it didn't pass the stage.
Yeah, because of the second reading, the second reading and the third reading could not progress.
Yeah.
And then why? It's because of their self-interest. You cannot be in the National Assembly based on party lines. Most of the time, that's what it's different. Because they are not in progressive democracy. How they practice is different. You go to the constituency. They're supposed to be in the laws.
No, but even that is what they're supposed to do. Whether they do it or not, they should go back to their people, talk to them, and they represent what their people want. But probably most of them are not doing. Some will insist that yes, they do it, but
they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. So at the end of the day, the Gambians themselves cannot be given the opportunity. So that's why the bill you are talking about, they passed it because of the influence.
Yeah, they reduce it with 80%.
Because the instrument embedded in it only a miracle. Yeah, the problem is when government establishes, it only a miracle come for fall. Let them remember the law you put today might haunt you tomorrow. Yeah, because they told me some might tarlaje, and then you already put a precedent. Me alonko, you don't know what happens tomorrow, and then that's the decision and the influence they're passing with the NPP government right now. Because maybe if Barrow steps out, he's going to accord with all those benefits and all that. But remember, Barrow will not be accorded. The next president after Barrow also continues. So these are laws.
So what about the budget? Your budget ni na ko mo what mo na la reaction of the budget ni ming Samba National Assembly? Ma la reaction of mo woro fanang.
The budget, the reading you have followed. You know, Keita was there in Parliament. He read through, and then one thing that I found out, what even informed the decision of the retreat, was maybe they could not understand the technical languages the man was using, because it's purely economics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you know the kind of caliber. Yeah, you know. So most of them might not understand it in that lame manner.
Yeah.
So they need to go and sit, you know, and then scrutinize, and then come back and then do their yes and no.
Yeah.
Because most of them, they don't even have the time to go through the budget. Yeah, but my own opinion about the budget is, it's an open budget. You know, there is no problem in the budget at all. But what is the issue of the budget is, how would ministers or technocrats come and defend their portions from the budget in the parliament? That is where my problem is. You know.
So you're okay with the allocations and everything?
The allocations fine, because of the kind of resources we have. And then they are also seeing the projection of last year and this year. We see that kind of imbalance. You know, what was honest last year and what was honest
they made the people to increase to, I think $30 million.
$30 million.
$30 million.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports, the budget
allocations,
is down to 122 million. Agriculture, if I don't forget, 8 million or 800 million.
Yeah.
So the allocations are okay.
The allocations are okay, but priorities are the issues again. Not all fun, because certain ministries their performance, even though they are not performing, like especially Ministry of Agriculture. Ministry of Agriculture in any nation, I think, should be the backbone for the finance department of even not even the Ministry of Economic Affairs. But in Dolaje, we belittle them because of, I don't know, because of the capacity of the ministry, or it's because of Bubacarr functions the way they're supposed to function. I don't know why. But preliminary, I think what's supposed to be done is they should have the highest allocation.
Yeah, with 10% of the budget, that is the even law. 10%
Exactly.
10% of the budget should go to agriculture. But we know our agriculture, how it is going now.
Yeah, maybe
the farmers, I'm not sure they.
And then also the increment on the tons of granite, during the president's store. And then as gaps and is still minimal. Yeah. We are even looking at a projection of at least $1,000 per ton, which is about $67,000. But it only peg it at 38,000, which is minimal comparing to what, if really they want to help the Gambian farmers, especially those farming ground. and also the corporation, which is GGC, should at least endeavor to actually make those kind of extensions to make sure, government can allocate for groundnut, at least go higher than that. But apart from that, it's fine. But most of the problem now is if the allocation is done, it's like it's given to you, but you still need to come and defend. How do you expeditiously, distribute within your own ministry? What are the policies? What are the programs put or aligned to make sure you disburse that fund? Because some of them fund in Qatar fund without program. Qatar fund expired. At the end of the day, you just claim certain things. I know you understand? These are things that happen. It's a reality.
Okay, but now regarding the the final deportation flight Natalie from Germany, we usually deport Karne, and also we have seen that a lot of them are going to the back way. Recently, it was reported that or confirmed at Kartong 27 then in Jambur, a lot of people in Jambur. I cannot remember the number in Jambur, but it's more than Kartong. Number we mentioned in Jambur. So, but what is your reaction to Molu Kata Nyame back way funding Kyolo? And in this deportation, maybe
yeah, on deportation, I think the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has to work on. One is bilateral with states to states. It will be what are some of the issues? Because what I know about deportation is when a migrant is unfit, to establish himself or live in a particular country, and then based on the laws of that country, they can deport you. Maybe you are a criminal, you are caught on drug addict or drug dealers and stuff like that. Yeah. But just to say you are a migrant, you are living peacefully. These are some of the bilaterals that our government should engage in. There will be sanctions, and the modalities to work on the sanctions. Okay, now that come, they are having their papers, or they are seeking for asylum. They have the right to seek asylum. Dunia, everybody has the right to migrate to anywhere you want to go to. This is the world. Nobody owns it. Allah brought us in this dunya for us to live, and we must live. Yeah. So now it depends on the bilaterals that we have with our government, with other government. So it's like, these are the things they should work on. No Mariman Finke, why should you deport? They are illegal migrants. Yes, they came to Gambia illegal. When the Tubabs were coming to Africa 400 years ago, they came illegally. Illegally, yeah. Some came by boat. They use the Mediterranean Sea, they use the Atlantic Ocean, and they come into the Gambia and then found Gambia. Gambia was even existed. But what did they say? They said they colonized us for 400 years back. So if we are now going there to look for greener pasture or whatever, they should allow us seek our asylum. From there, if we are unfit, we are engaging into radicalism, then they can say, okay, you are unfit to live in this country, you can be deported. Those are some of the things that the ministry should work on. And considering the fact that people are still going, they must go. Exodus. This is movement of people. Nobody can stop it. It's natural. This is not something people are made. People must go. So government will not discourage anybody of going. The only thing you can say is...
No, I mean back way. Are you encouraging back way?
If you see people are going through back way, these are some of the conditions. Let's substantiate the fact. If the government is not meeting its obligation for its people, obviously they have to go.
How are they not meeting?
Providing jobs opportunity. Providing jobs opportunity, and not only jobs opportunity, and also make sure the livelihood of Gambians, becomes befitting. Well, on problem, you cannot live in a service or you are working for somebody, you are paid $2,500 a month. It's unethical. Yeah. You are considering your rent. Considering your rent. There was even a bill that Madi was talking about. Of the National Assembly, Madi Sise. Yeah, the bill of the rental issue.
It was tabled today, actually.
You understand? And these are things that we should be considerate of. Because now people build their houses based on whatever they put in there, they want to get it within 1 month. You cannot build a house today and get what you put there. You cannot eat your cake and get it back.
It's not
possible. So, government has a role, and it also has a responsibility. Back way of youth. Youths are not supposed to go anywhere. They are the cream of society. Maybe, if you look at other countries like this country in East Africa, Atondi, it's number 1 in the list in the Africa Peace Index. It's the most peaceful country, not Rwanda. I forgot this name again. Anyway, they are.
Is it Tanzania?
Not Tanzania. It's around that end. It will come back.
Okay.
They only go out for educational purposes or medical reasons. And then in that country, anybody who is born in that country is allocated a land. You don't need to go and buy land. If you need to buy land, you need to buy land maybe for investment or extra something, but not for where to live. Botswana.
Oh, Botswana, okay.
Yeah, fam. You go out for educational purposes, and government responsible for your outing to the university and everything that you're responsible. They have diamond, and the government takes responsibility or ownership of the diamond mines. Nobody is giving license to mine apart from government. So whatever they got from the mining, the government harness it, put it together, sell to the international community. The returns come back and share among the Botswanans. This is what is expected in this country as well. More may move come from one place to another. Africa is not doing well. Africa is doing well there. If you follow the trend of African countries today, like you mentioned, Tanzania is the third fastest growing country in Africa. It's very, if you go to YouTube and type "Think Africa," you see some of their projects. You not believe. Yeah, fam. Kenya and others. So among them, Africans are all lacking behind. There are some we are not making effort, and Gambia is part of it. Until mantra effort make at all on the governance architecture.
And until mantra to
No.
We know where.
Yeah, some of this is needed. We come programs like this. Yeah, they say, political this man is attacking Barrow. We don't like Barrow. But until man Barrow KJ, at the end of the day,
it's about the country.
It's about the country. And then opposition parties are here to shape the governance architecture. Maybe it's not in line with what the aspiration of Gambians want. So we should tell him that Ikamenke is not right. It's either for him to take the advice or not. Because I know he has advice, technocrats that are responsible for all of that. So we should copy from other countries. Let's open bilaterals. Go to Russia. Look at this small boy that just overthrew in Burkina Faso. He's opened a nuclear power plant in Burkina Faso. He went there after that, and Putin see that. They make an argument. Anybody can do that. Why Tangara cannot go there and do that?
Why do we need that? We are not fighting now.
No. It's about fighting. It's about investment. Today, I will not say tomorrow. I don't say yesterday, but today, BBBB. What Russia can do for Gambia is too much there.
Like
investment. 4 oligarchs or 5 oligarchs alone can come and transform this country. Mantara Chahanwa. They have rich people.
Yeah, they have. So
they have rich people. And Putin's boy. Something Anovich, or the owner of Chelsea. Those are Putin's boys.
The former owner of Chelsea, Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, Ibrahimovic. These are oligarchs. They have money. Go and make agreements. I want some. Ibrahim Ayakele. Now is planting a nuclear plants. Now they will not be having problem with electricity anymore. And electricity is key there. Nawek is going up and down. Is affecting investment. Because of we are not progressing as a country. Well, now we think what Nawek is doing is normal. In other countries, when Nawek takes in a very erratic manner, in other countries they will not take it because it will delay, the economic activities of the country. But because of we don't have industries, I don't even know why Gambia is taking part in the COP 28 or COP 29.
But that is for climate.
No, but we climate. We are not suffering with climate.
Are we not supporting?
We are the factories.
We have environmentalists here now.
That's not we are the factories. So we are even going down the pretext that we are going to listen. But we are not major stakeholders. Yeah, fam. So in the overall development, we have to shape the governance action in a way, it will salvage the entire Gambia. Resources are there. If you want me, I can go into it. But maybe I'll take a special time for that. The resources are there, the blueprint Gambia to young.
But most of our resources are coming from tax, so we are not getting much.
And now in the budget, I don't know whatever. Now we are now hearing the government is advocating for $19 billion. Yeah. Tax.
But they say Gambians are not paying tax, so they should start paying tax. And there's already increments.
But just assess yourself. How can you be paying tax and you're seeing tax coming back to you? And in a simple sense,
that's what Mama Kande said.
Yes.
Day before yesterday. That's what he said.
Yeah, you cannot be paying tax and tax is not, tax are exchange of services. And in reality, I give you the money, you give me service. Because we don't expect the money to come back in the way I give it to you, but at least let it come in service, in a service that I need in my society, in my community, or in my locality. But then, so it means my money is being given to people, sit on it, eat, and decide the way it goes. At the end of the day, I lose. So next time I will not pay.
So what is the way forward? Because Bagwe Abuka stop now, but probably
the president uttered a statement during the meeting format. He forms an agreement with Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
So that he doesn't even I don't understand where Barrow is getting these things from. He's getting it all wrong.
What do you mean? Is that not a good initiative?
Saudi Arabia? No, man.
They are going to provide employment for these people.
How?
No, I wouldn't know. The president will. But I think they are going there for that. They are going to employ them.
Let Barrow go and sit with the king of Saudi Arabia. With his foreign policy, I don't know, whatever. Draft something better. Let it come to Gambia. Going to Saudi Arabia is out of it. Let it come to Gambia. Saudi can sponsor certain things in this country. It will take us to another level. He has the money. And then Saudi will not. In fact, today, if you go and propose an agenda to the Saudi king that we can produce only palm, let's say apples,
Yeah.
and exclusively for Saudi Arabia government. We have the field, we have the human resource, we have the manpower, we have the machinery. Yeah, fam. Saudi will fund it 100%. At the end of the day, every year your turnover taken to Saudi, you will make millions of dollars.
You think Apple will work?
No, I just give an example.
Okay, it's an example.
They eat a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then, Saudi, they don't. Yeah, most of their things they import. And then most of the import they make, they give contract to countries to farm that for them.
Yeah. And that will create a lot of employment.
Barrow doesn't have this idea. I'm just giving him this idea now.
Who told you that? He's taking the youth. So you think it's not a good idea to take this people?
No. Saudi Arabia is not the right place. Saudi Arabia is, especially in Riyadh, I don't know, not Riyadh, I think it's out. But like Makkah and Medina, you have the Sharia. And our people in the Gambia, we are not used to Sharia. So at the end of the day, you'll expect, in fact, you think you are doing good, you are going to even do worse than what is expected. Because until Mandala, man Sharia Polo. I don't man Sharia.
Yeah. They don't joke.
They don't joke with Sharia. So at the end of the day, if you evacuate, let's say 100 youth in this country, maybe Tanu do Fontenala. Ibebe Falari. No, I'm telling you. Sharia don't be a follow. You can't follow. For example, if you are caught with somebody's wife in bed, he's stoned to death.
Yeah, that is right.
If you steal, they cut your hand. There are many Gambians who come home with two hands.
One hand.
And they always say, anyway, that's just an oversight. But in Gambia,
I don't think. The president, I think they will have a lot of training before they go.
It's not about training, it's about attitude. Yalon Jiko. Jiko mfeme alon ka kola talde. Aboka fale no easily de. Idalta menkela for 100 years or let's say 30, 40 years. Puria fale lunkile ngate easily de.
And you're going to stay there and work.
So wala nanka fweko. This is very easy. Look at a strategy bialonko it is applicable. Meet the Saudi government, the king, discuss this with him. Afweko, this package I have, I want you to sponsor this. Yeah, fam. At the end of the day, it's not only for the benefit of Gambia, but also to the benefit of the Saudi Arabia kingdom. In return, this will come to you. We get the proceeds, and we also get our return. So there will be no need for you to take the youth over there. The employment will be created there. They will work in this country. They feel more comfortable in their own homes. Yeah, fam. And they are getting what they are getting. At the end of the day, Saudi also will receive the proceeds of the bilateral. And normally, because Saudi has been operating this kind of system in other governments. They are established in the world. Yeah, fam. So that's what you should do. So, but Wofang, it's not even determined the way the president said. Now let's see how are you going to take them to Saudi Arabia. Are you going to ask the Saudi government to give them visas? Or are you going to take them there like that? How are you going to take them? Are you going to migrate them? These are all questions that are coming up. What type of Gambians are you going to take?
But of course, if you are traveling to Saudi, you need visa.
No, what type of Gambians are you going to take to another? Because you have mixed people in this country. Some are genuine, some are not genuine, and these are all youth. And then you want
the procedure for the selection.
Exactly, and you will want your country image to be like protected.
Maybe the Ministry of Youth and Sports will take up, or maybe the Ministry of Employment.
And I know they will go on like tracking record, and Gambia doesn't even have a system where you can track record.
Yeah,
there are people who are criminals in this country, and they don't have their records. They cannot track them in the past 20 years. It's not there because the kind of filing system we have in this country, I'm caring, a filter. So how can so it's like you are shown, let's say even 10 or 20% of the people taken there can be criminals, and those people don't expect to come back with the Sharia law. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, my own idea is let him propose an agenda for the Saudi kingdom that this is what we can afford and this is what we are capable of doing. Bring the oligarchs here. We invest in this country. You also get the returns. The employment stays.
So
the money
maintain
stays.
them to save them.
Yeah, maintain them to save them. Right.
Okay, all right. So ngata nimbara of course I'm back when we kere ngata Gambia Talib le endos during the local government election. Talib nara win. But Hansa what is the relationship with Talib? And Ali ala doko je nyande the center.
Well, Mbatala from the 2021 presidential election, while you not parting in Fongoto, many along Hussein Ali Bachil and then the other part of that, the other faction that went to Kande. But overall, we solve issues amicably as a party because we believe in unity. And it was said in the NPP camp. Then Bachili came alone. It doesn't matter, it's still GAP, whatever. But Bachili doesn't have people.
NPP said that?
Yes. Okay. And this was not only attributed to GAP, it was also attributed to PPP. Because I spoke with the leadership at the time. That's what they told me, Honorable Kebajalo.
They're also working on reconciliation.
Yeah, fam, I don't know. Yeah. But that's what
he
told
said
me.
That here.
And on that basis, they pull out. That's why you saw Jenaba stood for BCC, and then I know another area, I don't know where they also Okay, that's the reason. So it was a test of power. But if you can label me that I'm not capable, I think I have to show my muscle. I have to show my strength. And that was part of the reasons why we supported Talib. Because when you saw Bubacarr Bayo coming from a ministerial position, coming down to filing, for mayor, we said this is not right. They want to fight this guy for no reason. And secondly, we also want to show our muscles that the power is there. That wherever we are, it's the winning team. Yeah, so when we endorsed Talib, and then secondly, also the projection of the revenue. We looked at it keenly when Yankuba Koli was there or when Yankuba Koli left. Yeah, because we made to understood that when KM was under his mandate, KM was more or less of a bureau, political bureau.
Where people
come and receive salaries. People receive salaries there. And we don't expect the council to be given salary apart from those who are working there. They receive the revenue and they change the revenue into services for the people. But the people come and I could receive. I am the eye company of this place. I am the eye company of that place. And it's not normal. Yeah, fam. So when Talib came in, he put the issue of party aside. Yeah, fam. Okay, I'm not here to promote the agenda for UDP because although I'm a UDP candidate, but I am here for the equality of all. Why Alankel Mandele? Mojele. So these are some of the reasons the budget was like projected from $2-something to $300-something million.
Yeah.
Which was actual. And then there's also pending projects. That we saw, not only on explanation context, but there are pending projects, come like the issue of the field, the renovation of the field. They want to transform the parks. Yeah, in the project line. And also the revolving fund of the youth. In KM. He brought the issue of revolving fund. Youth can come and claim certain amount of money and give it to them. At the end of the day, they pay back. And also other youths can benefit. And those are things is good within the KM. So Narajimeko, yes, it's good. Let's combine all this together. Let's support it. Okay. And bring us support our winter. We are happy. We are vindicated. So the NPP camp will not ever tell us that because we supported somebody, a candidate against them, victory then yes, Gambia Action Party has a voice. Okay. And then secondly, also this pending project and some of these things that are there, to give it back to Talib. This was the reason. So Bira Keta and we take ownership of the partnership. Because don't believe in partnership it's not only to empower you to get the political power, but also to show that we salvage all the issues that are surrounding your leadership. Most of the time you see me and Bachili, sometimes we go around. We go to Latekunda Sabiji market during the rainy season, we see some of the flooding taking place. And then immediately we'll call Talib and tell him, this is what is going on here right now. What is the solution? Sometimes he explains to us that this issue has been there, and this and this and this what we have put in place to make sure we avert, some of these issues. Okay. Because we feel that we are part of it. Because Tali mondo go okay, they go atoli assembly. Because people are still blaming us. Gap atoli at Baro is still here. Because we supported him. And what can I say? Yeah. And then Baro found and him actually for Italy, what he promised was this: 15 million American dollars was set aside for maritime education. This is a good idea. Idea kendolo miro kendolo mingi. Maritime education is just feme along come ni tata bala karola. Abi na family la Gambia bengalon. Yeah. Look at fish today. Da koleta with $1,000 before you cannot eat to satisfaction. And fish is fish in this country.
This is expensive in the country.
Yeah, yeah. So but for that touch him, okay, this man has an agenda. And the agenda cotton. Baro said many things during the campaign. I'm not fulfilled. So but that you cannot blame us. Because those are things me along somebody say, based on what he said, but none of them are fulfilled. You cannot blame us because we don't have the veto. Kafweko paupa ite minke odia kuya fam na dia fam body jesila ngafe kuya nyeta ginkela. You have to implement it. It cannot work because he's the president. He has all the powers. It
was just a verbal agreement.
Yeah, fam. So this is the issue. The reason why we went. This is the issue. And then alhamdulillah we have indicated NPP alone could be anywhere we are 2021 2020 2026 I don't know 2017 and then now 2020 is it when was the parliament the local government? It was 2022?
Yeah, the local government
2022, yes.
You mean the last one?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah. You know, we have indicated we have the power. So we joined the winning team and we won. So Mentu sign is our responsibility collectively with Talib and the team, the Japale team, to make sure we move ahead.
So are you happy with the Talib Kabra winner? Or an inside team? Are you happy with everything?
During our winter, yes, I was happy. Yeah. And Cold Tata, right now, council, it is not to the expectation we wanted it. To be honest, I have to be clear with you. Oh. The expectation was, by now, things should not stay the way it is right now. Because we expect council since then to now, my 6 months for Kelly. But at least the council should have been moved from this where it is right now. Because people are complaining a lot. And most of the things they are complaining is genuine, to be honest with you. We be part of the campaign for him to win. He won the seat and whatever. But what Gambians are also put in place in KM is right.
So what are they complaining?
Inadequate of services. Some are even invalid somewhere. Sometimes Akata 2-3 days. I don't know whether they have problems with technical issues with the vehicles or whatever. And then also some of the services coming with the marketing. And then some are also blaming the KM on this clearing of the road. Although it's not only in KM, but they will also think that KM has an hand under it. So all these things combined together, these are issues holistically that they're looking at. Yeah, but this is politics. You know, people come and tell you things that will do at the end of the day. They don't do it, especially in African politics. So sometimes we even feel bad when you support somebody and win, at the end of the day, the person doesn't do what they're supposed to. Yeah, we feel bad about it. But what can we do? Because we are not in that position. The only things we just call and advise. Yeah.
So you think he's not doing what is expected of him?
He's doing what is expected, but the pace
is slow.
It's slow.
Okay, all right. So sa ngata atul fo la party oto. La party oto albe mune parende kara because ne ajibe la party dia mo siate jele right now. Eko gap is over.
In what context gap is over?
Because ila party leader kabrin in Nicaragua fintita kola fintita diamol siata ikai wandi kodo letters, a lot of money. Some said more than 90 million from people, you know. But amane sambano. So people said, how are we going to vote for Bachili if he is doing that?
There is always I used to say this. There is a distinct line that exists between Bachili and Gap. Gabriel for every day. You know, when Gap comes.
No, but Bachili is the leader. He's the Secretary General party.
He also has personality.
I know.
He has personal endeavor. He has personal engagement. Those are his rules and engagement.
But for example, Nimbara Kukebi will say the president. Hanatara Akia Fansum Fenkole. Nindawe Kukebi will say UDP.
That's what I'm telling you.
So Gap also Nimbachili Fenke. People will always. Yeah.
That's a misplaced perception. Because Momo Adama everybody has personality. Even we are the head of the house. There are certain times I'm not going to come because of your position at the end of the house. But anyway, let's forget about that. Bachili is a businessman. And at the same time, he's a political party leader. And then he seek the advice of the appropriate authorities when this issue came in. Yeah, fam. If you go to the details of the issue, the GCCA, which is the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, I met with the airline that's supposed to come and take these people. Yeah, fam. And then they table it. But the issue was the company that Bachi registered, which is Red Carpet Solutions, was not registered to operate flight. You understand? And then secondly, there were no bilaterals between Nicaragua and the Gambia Civil Aviation. These are the two reasons when they wrote us. In fact, the letter should not be written to Red Carpet Solution because we did not apply for the permit. It's the company, which is Max Airline, that apply for the permits. We, as local operators, we just facilitate because I tarried wrong. That's the reason why Bachir was going forth and forth, and he met the Director General, Fonso Bojan, a couple of times to discuss this issue of permit. By the end of the day, denial came up. Yeah, fam. That's what caused the delay.
Yeah, but Bachili at that time, Bachili, you at a landing permit or certain Gambia. That was very obvious.
Why are you going to think like that?
But you apply for those things.
Yeah, but it's through the
you don't even have the company to apply.
No. Listen to me.
Yeah.
These are things that came up by them.
Red Carpet Solution doesn't have the requirement to apply.
Doesn't have the requirement to apply.
Yeah.
But we could not consider that at the time. What we know about chartered flight, it's just to meet the operation manual with the company. Okay, yes, we reached the agreement. We form an agreement, you sign aside. That me as the airline will look for the permit. That's why I said the reply they gave to us was a wrong reply. It is not us.
Which airline?
Max Air.
So they give you a wrong reply. You are blaming now the airline.
No, not the airline. You don't understand what I'm saying.
No, come on. Bachili has been traveling. Asamba has been traveling.
Listen to me.
What
you don't understand.
You already know that Red Carpet Solution doesn't have the requirement.
It is not Red Carpet Solution that applies for the permit.
Yeah. So how are you going to get that permit then?
It's the airline.
So you wrote to the airline to apply.
Like for example, missile fare. If you are going to charter a taxi, are you expected to buy fuel?
This is a
no. I'm giving a missile. Are you expected to buy? I'm beginning to fuel or something.
No.
I think you need to fuel something.
Taxi lam.
If I need to fuel, I'm
not sure whether it's a good example.
If I need to fuel, if I need to fuel, ila title correct I think you just negotiate with the price, and then when you agree with the price, this is also the same thing. When we go and meet with Max Air, Max Air say, okay, yes, we can operate.
Okay.
You understand? This is our agreement with you. They agree, they sign, Carpet Solution sign, the airline sign. Now the airline send their document to Civil Aviation Authority to apply for landing permit.
Landing permit of the flight.
That they have customers in this country and they have been chartered by so company. You understand? To come and collect passengers. So they are requesting for landing permit. Yeah, fam. But because of Max Air is not in Gambia, it's a Nigerian company. But you look, okay, sign because I'm in Gambia. Let me facilitate it. So Bachili went and called them and told them. They said, okay, now let the airline send their document through their own email. And then also the airline copied the document, send them to Bachili, and Bachili also copied them and take the document to the Civil Aviation Authority. So if the Civil Aviation Authority has to deny the operation, who are they supposed to write to? With what I've just told you, who are they supposed to write to?
They should write to the company, of course.
The airline.
Yeah, that is the airline.
They
should write to the airline.
Maybe your document is not correct, or you cannot come.
I'm not sure whether it's a correct explanation, but
that is the correct explanation.
From what you've explained,
that is
they should write to the airline.
So,
okay, now, and that failed. You couldn't transport them. But later also, you said, okay, you're going to solve the problem. You gave a date, and the entire country knew that on the 30th of a certain month that you're going to take these people. But it might not. What date for them failed? No, there was a date that was failed. You failed these people before they come out to the media, right? So there was a date that they said there was a particular month, I cannot remember, but they said on the 30th of that month, Albin Yilbe Sambala Nicaragua. We interviewed Basamba, and Basamba said yes. That is the date.
Well, what I know is the date that was failed was the date prior they came out to the media. That was the date, and that the reason because of the landing permit.
So the 30th date.
Which 30th date is that?
After Kabri in our media, Basamba said on the 30th of this month, I interviewed him month minna. Ako abe sambalale. So for another feel.
Okay, you interview him and he told you that?
No, far to interview with him actually.
I avoid it. Okay, maybe. I'm not aware of that though.
You are not aware of that?
I'm not aware of that date.
Okay, so Sign, what happened to what happened to these people? Were they refunded?
Yeah. Some take it to the law. Some take it through the law, and they invited
some police.
Yeah, police through anti-crime and all that. So the monies that those were receipted. And that was an issue that came up, and that issue was very, very pertinent to the entire operation. They were agents, and that these agents, actually, most of these people that went on media, they don't deal with Bachili directly. Like, for example, you are an agent, you have like 10 clients, you are also looking for something in those monies. So you bring another Bachili, I have 10 clients, okay, this is my percentage for a client. And then most of the time also what they charge the customers, and then what the company receive from the agents, a monthly. For example, if the company say, okay, $4,000 we are asking for, some of them charge 6,000. Some of them start 6,500. So the monies that Red Carpet Solution receive, they are all receipted. Anybody may along another with their agent. If you have 10 people, they give you 10 people receipts. So only another Red Carpet Solution market. When they went to anti-crime, they find out now, Nil, ikakudo men kumandi, kafu yemen job bachili, yara from kudo inform futa bachili form. Because bachili sit with those agents.
No, korodol futa tamole.
Yeah, they along with they are receipted.
Receipted, okay.
The receipted ones of futa tam. Wall, bachili count those monies and give to anti-crime on behalf of those agents. And the agent also clarify at anti-crime ko yes to nyalom, ntol gangine gi bachila bari mangine tangil bulle. Ngangine di bachila bari mangine tangil bulu. Ngangine tangil bulu asiata ngilti. So sign, bachila sign is vindicated at a botajele. Because at a main thing ko di ajelo ko di receipts are there. I receipt someone I has received 5 receipts I couldn't contact.
But he's not able to pay all of them, right?
90%. 90%.
90% of the money.
Yeah. So most of the well they are talking, because of the reason gap ni. It will mean the agents will na murundi kotek. So they are finding these challenges. Some of the agents will run away. But Bajil is vindicated because before they run away, you better have anti-crime, substantiate. Yeah. So right now, Bachil for let's say 10%. And then very soon, when Basama comes, he will pay.
Okay, Basama is still in
Nigeria because some of the account name, Kodomin Beje, Basamba is signatory to the account. And then Bachili cannot withdraw on his behalf because they are finalizing something. Something will happen though, but I don't know yet to close because we are on media. I don't want to disclose anything. But regarding the reforms, when Basama comes, the 10% remaining will be fingal. That one has already been handled by the police.
Okay, so we understood that Bachili was arrested at one time. Police will not confirm later. What happened to what happened?
One day, I think even the police PRO contacted me on that. And then what I uploaded was not the opinion, was fact. I call it as an invitation. This guy at Senegambia police, at Ondi, this Fulaga Yoro, invited him. Because somebody came there and lodged a complaint that he paid something for this process and then he needs his money. And Bachili, at the time, was in Nigeria. He thought Bachili was here. So at the time, Bachili was hiding from him. So Bachili dropped from the airport. So this guy called him, Akonyeko, please come. Come. So Bachili was supposed to meet Basamba Drame at not Basamba in Nigeria, not Basamba, who is doing another program on Paradise TV.
Oh yeah, Paradise.
Yeah, a program Basamba Drame also working with Gachi. Okay, so I meet us in Gambia. Meet us in Gambia. So Yoro called Bachili that where you are coming to Gambia, please, because I come on the model, please come in, somebody have a report for you. So another nang, yes, it's true. Yes, he pay this amount of money. And then this is what is it? No problem. Tomorrow I'll go to the bank and withdraw the money. Or if you want, let him give me this EcoBank bank account immediately, because he's using his phone, the app. I can call immediately from what is in my account. I can forward to him. Yeah, fam. So, but the issue was at the time, it's like the complaints were too much. The complaints were too much. So they were trying to settle out the issues of the complaint. So your own time, diala, wait, let me confirm, because some other police officers also want to talk to you about the matter. Yeah, fam. That was it. After the explanation, operator, He left and go home. I left. In fact, I drove together with him. We went to Aqua.
So with all these things, how do you think when you gap affect?
No, I think gap affect. No. Because it's
people
not.
will not trust
No,
your
but
party leader
why?
anymore.
Why?
Because you are involved in some of these things.
No, but this is business.
This is not
Even
business.
people who are going for arch, they pay money.
People said this
No,
is
no,
trafficking.
this is no.
This is pure trafficking.
What is you know what is trafficking? Define trafficking
Of
for
course
me.
I know what is trafficking.
What is trafficking?
Come on, I'm not here to define it.
No,
for
no,
you,
no.
but
Because you might not understand what is trafficking.
You and I know what is trafficking.
What is trafficking?
How can you take people in a very... Chile is not an embassy. How you are taking people to other countries for what reason? You said for tourism.
Yes.
You obviously know it was not for tourism.
No.
That is trafficking.
You are not there to define that. What I know trafficking is, trafficking. It is one you are taking without your consent. And secondly, when you are below the age. These are the issues. No. When
you are misinterpreting it.
What misinterpreting?
What do you mean? You mean you can only traffic someone when the person is underage?
Underage and the person is not consented.
No. That's
These are the two things.
That's why probably you don't understand
What I want to say, probably you don't understand what is trafficking.
No, you don't understand.
Okay, but Chile has Chile lifted any passenger from the Gambia to any place?
I know of the business has been ongoing for a very long time, but at the time, Alkemilke was to Kafenko the visa the give it to them and it say but this time you promised
it's the same thing.
Flight now.
It's the same thing.
You
bring in a flight. You bring in a flight.
So, but
okay, now in that context, that you are telling me Air Turkish is also trafficking people.
I don't know what they are doing. I actually don't know what
that's what you are saying.
I have zero knowledge of what Air Turkey is doing, but I know
it's taking passengers from Gambia to Nakalasa, to Nicaragua.
I don't know that. I don't know about
no, that's what you are telling me.
I know of Bachili.
They are travelers.
Bachili is
anybody who want to travel can travel as long as you have the right documentation. It's not trafficking. Me, I don't look at it in a different perspective. This is different from trafficking.
This is trafficking.
No, this is not trafficking.
This is trafficking.
Go. Okay, but actually, now listen.
You don't.
Do we have laws in this country? Do we have laws?
You don't. No, Fenke Bijande, is it native? The phone call. Report you people are reported there.
Yeah.
The anti-trafficking.
No. Serious crime. No matter trafficking. When
but Basamba confirmed that native you were reported there.
No,
those people call Basamba.
No. Maybe they call Basamba, but they don't call us.
Basamba is part of it.
Yeah, but Basamba is in Nigeria.
Yes, that's what
it's
I'm
in Nigeria.
Basamba is
in Nigeria.
Is the CEO of Red Capital Solutions.
I don't deny all that. What I'm telling you is they call him.
And he is among.
So
this anti-trafficking body, is it native? They
what did they conclude?
Huh?
Did they say he's trafficking people?
They said there are complaints, and this is the complaints that they put to him. So trafficking, the way defined, probably it can be brought. Okay, maybe we are not going further.
If this was trafficking,
it is trafficking
under the laws of the Gambia. By now,
okay, they say it's speak on the mic.
Okay, if this was trafficking under the current laws of this country, by now we are in jeopardy. We will not sit in media talking. We will not be moving all over the country, moving at our own way, at our own time. Yeah,
someone is defining trafficking.
This is not. Let the person define trafficking.
So on the comments, this is NSA ABC said human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of people through force, fraud. You see?
Did we do that?
Fraud is there. Of course, fraud is there.
Where is fraud?
You're taking people's money and you're not taking
No. Listen, harboring.
Yeah, deception.
Deception.
These are different options. It can be any of this.
None of them qualify us
with
there.
the aim of exploiting them.
The aim. That's what that is looking at the intent.
Thank you.
He's looking at the intent.
Look. You see, I never wanted to disclose this, but I have attended a investigative training, investigative journalist training in Nigeria, just about trafficking, to be honest. And I know a lot about trafficking, okay? But I don't want to go into those things. But this one, it was trafficking because when you said it was about you are taking them, but we know that Gambians don't live here to Nicaragua for tourism.
No, you don't know.
For tourism purpose.
You don't know. You don't know. It's their discretion to go for tourism.
Okay, fine.
And if we file that we have passengers going to Nicaragua for tourism, who can deny us? The Nicaraguan government cannot deny us.
Okay, how do you think this will not affect you in elections?
That's what I'm telling you. It cannot affect us in elections based simply because this is an operation that has to do with business. You understand? And anybody can venture into business. You understand? We have presidents that have even done more than this, and today they are presidents. Yeah, this is not illegal. If this was illegal, we will not sit in our comfort homes and then have the temerity. You didn't have the infantry go and meet GCCA.
Trafficking is illegal.
No. Let's listen to me. How can we have the infantry and go and meet GCCA, which is a legal established body, and then tell them about flight issues? If we know that this is trafficking really, or this is something that we want to do in the pretext that collecting people money and we don't want to reform.
Yeah, but GCCA is just doing their job. We just go there for what?
My friend, if you are doing something illegal, can you go to open?
No, but you cannot do it. What did you went for?
Huh?
GCCA.
We went to GCCA to tell them the flight is applying for permit.
Thank you. Not you are going to traffic people.
No, we don't need because we are not trafficking people.
Okay,
why should we go and meet people?
So it seems like they're saying the time Mintura
Amansia, okay.
Okay, just 2 calls. Ninga 2 calls so that we can go. We have call for that then because time of Mintura our phone go abandon. So on 2035 488 2035 488. So Nibe Gambia Bandala is equal Kiano on the plus 220 2035 488 plus 220 2035 488 plus 220 2035 488 plus 220 2035 488. So number flow to me along go sorry number clean them Nibe Gambia Jang you just 2035 488. So Nibe Gambia Bandala is plus 220 2035 488 plus 220 2035 488. So a lot of people are texting about defining this thing.
Yeah, they are in all definitions.
Hello, so we take our first caller. First caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Inembara.
Yeah, Nimbare. I'm sorry, but I will speak in English. Anyways,
Sure.
I just want to contribute into your program. It's a very interesting program.
Thank you.
Yeah. I do not watch the whole because today I am a bit late. But I was watching the. I just wanted to clarify one portion about to Bubacarr Bayo.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we are getting you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems okay. All right. So what the portion I want to clarify is about, as politicians, we sometimes we don't have to back our people because of the fact that he is our leader. We have to back him. But this is very damaging to the political party. The extent of the damage this can cause to the party, he is not accepting it, Mr. Bayo. But it is actually very damaging, and every person with a common sense can understand that a person aspiring to becoming a leader should not be involved in a situation where an issue has not been categorically, organized to an extent that you are, treating people in such a way that results to their losses. I mean, this man could have the ability to assess whether is this going to be a situation that I can succeed and I can take people to the destination of their wishes and they will succeed. He should have been able to make those kind of assessment. The fact that he was not able to make those kind of assessment, it shows that he didn't have the capacity as an incoming president to be able to make a proper judgment to lead the country to the path that we are aspiring to. So it is actually not good for the party. It's actually not good for the country. And this is a situation we are in a world where migration has become a calamity. So he can use this to exploit people to an extent that will lead to their losses individually, and in fact, it's it's damaging to the country. So it's basically not good. And everybody, with the right common sense of judgment, will be able to understand what this can lead this party to. So let him accept the fact and then acknowledge the truth and then talk to his leader to desist from such. But it's actually damaging, and I would thank you for your attention. But I just wanted to set this record straight. So let him accept the fact and then move on to the right path.
Thank you so much for your call. Thank you so much for your call. So we take our last caller then goes time. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, Bubacarr Bayo, Ensa ABC, say United States of America, Olympia, Washington.
Oh,
in Kontong.
Welcome.
Nela Geso Kontong, and coming just to portrait on Nikita Yamin in the Gambia, all over the world, Sulata Mon la Milia Longo Clinta, ila character, beteata, ye dignity soto. Ye hope in a youth sola and the deputy Mr. Bayo member siri nyendulang. It is quite embarrassing ka jubeko at the funding ke to sidetrack by Bachilela Daji Konda because umu Daji Kaltimia Lonko Dolu Gambia Dingol Manla Pika Moso to Mia Lonko at the Okubusi Balkala. Just like Pika Yemia Mimpo. Sulata Mola La Melia Lonko, they are free from fraud and illicit businesses and dubious activities. B. Nyatonka o nyatonka lapita kana Gambia Pankoka. Ete nyantaka Gambia tingol makoile mimmanke nyentilimbali altimia lonko pachili bakeka. Make no mistake. Nyemim fang besiri njeba interview ka. In his right frame of mind, in his consent, na sida abalon na ko Mr. Bakili ateka min kumandiko ala leader la ay kuleke miya lonko and in the basic normal standard of society man tanyol. Nem Bakili la vitaka mol samba in overseas. There are institutions designated for that job. Money can there wol bula woleta or specific embassies also for atefango as an individual go. Yalong Gambia dengolo we make dollar na cool kole and them fambul. This is a clean cut information me along Kabelari. One dubious activity upon dubious activity upon dubious activity. So B it a funding ke to remember sirinje. Malubalem nyente ko. The greater population of the Gambian population, me along ko youthful population olem, ka je coming ko ite be sharing, ebe ku fasa ka me along ko it will not impact and enhance the life and the greater good of the Gambian people, especially the youths. Ka je coming ko ite mu funding came in. The definition of human trafficking. Male karambunja male attende. But nyeng ko niya be jube tende, you can see clearly. At the scenario in Setco, Mr. Bachile, leader, he was engaged in nothing but human trafficking because you have just overlooked the definition of what human trafficking is. Don't look at only one segment of it. Because in as long as deception of bulata akuokono, human trafficking them, fraud bulata akuokono, human trafficking them, and the intent of transporting people from one place to another, whether force applied again or not, because ye ming fangota ka kende walam yentiko, they are deceiving the people, and those people cannot just say no to that by the act of bribing and eliciting money from them. So we want you to be honest and true to yourself and do justice to yourself as a youth man of our country. We expect inyon sifalu sinin sama will take no kukendote but malafia more represent ka fasa mia longo. He has a shady character malafi onyaton ka sifa la lafida Gambia la mia longo ite mimbe sirinje tingo anin dindol milbinala anin teddingol mamaringol will say Gambia kendo so do pari. You cannot defend Mr. Bachile, my brother, and thank you.
I thank you so much. I don't know if we can run the last call to be because unfortunately time will come out. What will be your response?
Nbebe mo flow better to Lambejela. You mean for Namwell. But I just want to clarify. I'm not here to defend anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me put it right. I'm not a defender. I'm not defending anybody. Process when get a
yeah.
That's not what I said. Yeah, that Bachili no apply for permit, and then the company apply for permit, and they give Bachili, a response or whatever, whether it is trafficking or not trafficking. What was involved? What was involved? It has nothing to do with trafficking. Malam for farm. So meeting to lambe jaila la mor kunyamaka, and that's it. And then I won't have any reaction concerning that. Whether in my frame, my I don't know, my thinking capacity or my right frame of mind or whatever that goes there, whether I am not genuine or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. What matters is what I know is Minketa. That's what I explained. I'm not here to defend Bachili, I'm here to defend the truth. Yeah, fam. It's the truth that I'm defending, not Bachili.
Okay. Thank you so much. Ngaten to kaje bake Honorable Bayo, atelem deputy party leader ti Gambia Action Party. Ngatele soto no bi Politic Kaacha. Anata jang sinya jama. Of course ni ala kidita la talata na la me murana le ne koteke puruka politician dol na mi ala ko ni be kachala. Be opportunity di la mo jama la next week pour ise commandiro ke nyam programme moto pour ise la contribution ol ke ngali be tinduka di jay na technician ol Charles Elvis Ngom, Sire Drame, Fatsila, Anim Mami Ngom, ngebe tenduke jay bake milialon ko ito lebe nyim programo koma. Nga afisel tenduke jay bake kanyim programo fasa ka sementi andi. Next week me muran na afisel studio dole, bayre sama bandare. Nyim studio do, nyina AC ka sumaya baka, ente dumboka hanyi AC la. Ala baraka, fatulata nala.
Your days of you have insufficient funds in your account are finally over.
The Colorado credit just reached an unbeatable level, raising the bar way beyond reach. With your new Colorado credit, you can continue your conversations with your loved ones with zero credit.
With your new Colorado credit, you can borrow credit to activate or purchase data, make calls, SMS Express, and the phone ring service.
Call or SMS 152 to get your Colorado credit and activate the service of your choice.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Jamano Money Transfer Bureau de Change, your go-to option when it comes to money transfer. With Jamano, you can send money from anywhere in the world to your family and loved ones in the Gambia and be sure the funds will be delivered to them within the shortest time possible. For your convenience, funds sent through Jamano Money Transfer can be picked from all the banks and multiple other financial institutions, including Ajib Bank, Trust Bank, GT Bank, Mega Bank, Basic Bank, Reliance Financial Services, and approved services. Visit our head office at Bruceby opposite AfricMed next to Trust Bank Limited or email us at info@jamanomt.com. You can as well call us on 310-3050 or 310-3051 or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Jamano Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Jamano Money Transfer.
Yeah, bari biyo ken kontan batale. Bari inatal pour kan na bullo ko jibe.
Ito kontan tale makura. Bari ala ya lonte mon kontan de. Makura kana nyina ko teninte belbe tuba dudula kilimoto.
Moto nyarti kay.
Ngoko di baka to ki nan jang pour yena dula dada. Ni tata na dula to makura. Ala ya long njuso malla. Ama hani futa dula to dula din. Anu birite loro commencé woni bitema. Ama hani me.
No, ama me to nyalom.
Ke bara fonye mune muy la kulloti.
Ndela kullu balu woldi.
Balu.
Ha.
Wey, fo baluwo ko loro fanankele
ikka loro fanankele
ñin kunna soniyata ta www.baluwo.com anin baluwo isela bulloran jorangol be sang anila kudola asatare mambata jorangol membu ko sementol kenyo babarol nil peruol woni nga nyon jamal ta baluwo.com yin jorangol be sang ila dinkira bado adungite batala je anin baluwo ifangole marate la kudola